Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the rundown as per usual. We're not going to use too much time on DFM versus CFO because it was rather a one-sided series. I think in terms of draft DFM, they went for the Maokai. They went Rumble Jace. He won 2, just stealing away the combination picks. Jace becomes stronger considering Orianna is out. Tristana is out, so Jace mid lane becomes stronger. Rumble top, super strong blind, already have the combination down. Then we go Senna Aatrox. Here you can consider, can consider playing Jarvan if enemy is showing Maokai, but maybe they had some information about the enemy playing Maokai bot, but Sejuani is perfectly solid. Strong early, decent into Maokai early, synergy with Jason Rumble, the usual business. Sion gets banned, Azir gets banned, Xayah Blitzcrank. I'm not so sure about these target bans. I only know that Blitzcrank of Chelsea is kind of famous. Chelsea on hook champs, really good. Draven gets locked in against Senna. And then Ahri, Vi as a combination into Jace, perfectly fine answer. And the main weakness of this sidechain composition when you send Maokai into bot is that they don't have consistent DPS and they need to snowball. And you have to put yourself in a position where Ahri and Vi and Aatrox are gonna keep killing Rumble and Jace on side, because if you want to contest through mid, you're gonna have a hard time. In this particular game, I think that the red side is very favored. They have a stronger bot lane matchup. Jace, Sejuani, Rumble, I think they scale super well. In this particular game, I think that DFM actually fought back. They had like a good start. I think the key thing was that CFO didn't really respect wave states too much. Wave states give you information about what options the enemy has. And I think in a lot of cases, we had situations where the enemy team was kind of grouping as 4, using their ultimates together and picking up kills to put them in a position where they could potentially contest that game. Here, this was very dirty, like this borderline could have been a disaster. We continue. Anyone is hearing a weird higher pitch feedback from Yamato's mic? Sounds like a PVC pipe. Maybe if I hit my PC. Is it gone now? I think it might be gone now. Like whenever if I hit my PC, the buzzing stops. I think that I fixed it, because I also hear like a slight and then I punch the PC and then it's okay. I don't know. My PC has survived. Has survived mental. No, I don't think I got one guy because I could hear it too. Nevertheless, DFM, they got some angles. There was a situation here around the Herald where they managed to trap the Sejuani. In this moment, Draven is very late to limp into this situation. I think that they could have done a better job coordinating around the Herald, and then he managed to pick up 2 kills. Not sure why Chelsea decided to go in, you know. And then we continue. The extension of this game was, the majority of it was like Ahri and Vi managing to pick up kills, but then there was this particular situation where they went a little bit too far. And then all of a sudden, a snowball began to commence in the other side, in the other direction. I think it would happen in this moment. So here, I think a key problem here is that the turn was very miscoordinated, because the idea is very good. Look at Aatrox TPing from behind. If the timing is a little bit better and they invite the enemy to play around here a little bit more, I think that things could get dangerous, you know? I think that if they invited the enemy to come in a little bit more and the turn would have been more coordinated, would have been better. Because here, look at how they use their tools, you know? It's like they're using their vials, and then all of a sudden, you know, you see that there is such a divide here, and in DFM's usage of tools. It's very important that they find synergy, because Aatrox and Ahri really rely on those kills and those resets in the fights, and you need to concentrate your force in one place because you don't have that much consistent DPS output. And then here Rumble in the position was doing a lot of damage. You get the shutdown before Draven got killed, and then Rumble just keeps roasting and barbecuing them. Here, like as you can see, like what was Maokai's participation here? You know, it's barely existent. I think if you hold your Maokai ult, you invite the enemy to go more. Aatrox comes in from a better angle. I think this could have been a good fight for DFM, but they managed to throw it. But early game wise, you know, you could see how well they were connecting as 4, and this could potentially be dangerous for BDS. The game continued, and I think, you know, shout out to Rest, honestly. I think Rest was insanely solid today. For me, he was my MVP today, especially with this play on bottom side. He goes around and then he's going to trap Aatrox here, and then Jace EQ is going to predict the kill on Aatrox. He basically traps him here, and then here you see the power of Rumble. It's like he has no pen here against Mauve Malmortius, and you basically here, when you hit the double E of Rumble, it's like you just delete the enemy MR. Like, look with these items, look, he's basically one-shotting this guy. One-shotting, then the EQ predict on the flash, boom, smack, and the game is over. The game was just over. They got outscaled, got outplayed. Shout out to Rest. I think Rest for me was the MVP of CFO. I think he did a very, very good job. Game number two, I think the draft just, you know, Maokai first pick is basically the exact same draft, but Xiaoxi is sitting on Blitz instead, and also CFO managed to get Maokai first pick blue side. So, Zyra gets locked in. We like that Zyra. We talked about a lot. Super, super solid rotation. Maokai combination with Rumble and Jace. You drop bot and you find a combo. I think maybe you can find more accurate bans here. Maybe you let Aphelios be played, but they're just targeting. I'm not sure why. Maybe they have information on CFO that I don't. Nocturne Sejuani gets out, and then Javan gets locked in, which I don't mind at all. Jace is showing, Maokai is showing, Rumble is showing. I think that's okay. Kaiser Blitzcrank gets locked in. This is a very tough Akali spot to play. Honestly, I think Akali gets revealed by W. Tough matchup into Jace, but I have to say, DFM Arya, I think that he was super good today, considering what was going on surrounding him and how his team was getting outmaneuvered. I think Arya was pretty dangerous. I think Arya played fucking good today. Like, he came out of lane phases with really good conditions and kept them remotely competitive in the game. So I think this is definitely a player that they need to look out for when it comes to BDS versus DFM. Like, Arya, I think, was a strong performer. Even in this game as Akali, he came out of the lane phase even and came into a lot of situations with really good conditions. And I think this could be something that they could leverage against Nuke, you know? Kaiser Blitzcrank, not a super easy Akali spot to play, plain and simple. Blue side draft looks very cohesive, looks very strong. Javan has okay value here. But once again, the issue was, it's like Rumble had such a good time against Aatrox in the last game, and you have to ask yourself if this Lee Sin ban actually makes sense, you know? I don't know if it makes sense at all. So, we look at this game 2. I wanted to highlight how well this Arya person laned. You know, he's sitting at 29, he's playing Conqueror. A lot of players would go like Fleet in such a matchup, but he came out of the lane phase, Sorcerer Shoes on first buy, and he had pretty decent conditions. We had the situation on bot, I just wanted to highlight it. Let me see if we can see it. Yeah, I think Shun could just flash, and he didn't need to give this kill to Xayah, because this is something that DFM, this kill, they leveraged it into an actual, Drake, which of course matters because I think the first Drake is Hextech. So you see here, Shun can easily get away from this, but this pink ward is placed in a way that he spots the Javan very late. So this is something that DFM kind of go for free here. Rumble matchup went well as always. Akali, like, this is a moment where I wanted to highlight the Herald situation, because here, for example, Akali, like, Jace hovers, like, Jace is in really deep trouble. He catches his wave and then he goes for plant. So you going for plant here, and he wards, and Akali just pushes his wave while DFM does Drake, and then Akali gets a clean base at a very good window, because this is, of course, before the Herald timer. He bases for Blasting Wand, and then Jace, even though it took this plant, doesn't really lead to anything. I think if Jace fake bases there, Akali pushes, he can cash the wave, and then peace out. Him taking Honey Fruit really doesn't make a difference here, you know? I think you just start recalling, and then if Akali hard pushes, you stay, catch. If she doesn't push, you base, and then you are in time for Herald, because it's essential. You have Rumble on your side, and I think that this is something that you want to contest. But look at Jace's conditions here. He's coming out of base now. It's very late, and now this Rumble, who's doing such a good job, doesn't get Herald. You know, this is something to educate yourself on. You know, because it's something to highlight. We continue. Wanted to highlight the moment where Kaiser gets kills. This was unfortunate. It's like Steel is trying to posture for this dive, and they plant over and find him and kill him. This is very tough, you know. We continue. Kaiser conditions were really good in this game. I have to say, you know, I'm quite intrigued by BDS and Team Wales. So I want to just skim over this real fast. I think that Chelsea, for me, was the MVP of this one. Very impactful on the Blitzcrank. Was an absolute beast and monster. I think Jimmy in as well, you know, shout out to him. 143 gold on the first strike. You know, CFO didn't need to show much because pretty much they played the same draft twice. And sticking to what you know is definitely good. In the PCS, Jace is heavily prioritized. PCS, Maple, he played a shit ton of Jace. PCS really loved their Jace. And I think that they did a decent job today against DFM. I understand DFM have some like roster issues and they have players playing different positions, so we have to take, you know, don't judge them too harshly on it, but you know, Chelsea was everywhere today. And eventually the game is closed out, and that's it. Yeah? Very hard game for Akali to play, I repeat. But I think Arya is a very dangerous player. You need to watch out for Arya. I think if DFM have any type of angles, I think it's through Arya. I think maybe that could be some potential there. But it seems like DFM are very limited in the way they draft. Alright, let's have a look now at BDS versus Team Wales. BDS versus Team Wales, you have Sejuani, Vi, Zaya, and then Maokai, Orianna, Poppy. So the Poppy ban is very strange, right? Because you just line up the enemy team for a ideal Rel spot. I think Team Wales, as the series progressed, their idea was to always trade Rakan for Rel. I think if Rel ban came out, they would ban Rakan, and it would have worked. Here, they pick Renekton, and it invites, of course, the Darius from Adam. He's very happy to play this matchup. He's done it many times in Europe. He really likes to play this matchup into the Renekton. Ezreal gets picked, and then Kaiser gets picked on 3. Perfectly solid, perfectly fine into Ezreal, of course. Here, this is as you drop into 4-5, you can see how the Vi and the Sejuani ban actually hurt the pool of Viego, the player, because he is picking Viego in such a game, right? He was a pretty solid Viego, we could see it in game 2, but the issue with Viego is, I think that he's the cherry on top of a cake, you know? If you show up there with no cake, meaning like a composition that functions on its own, then Viego will struggle, you know? It's like Viego is a win more type of champ, and Viego's decent early. I think that, you know, this is something to consider, you know? I think a lot of the top end teams will play less Viego. It's just that the theory of Viego is like, he cannot create too much space because he's rather squishy. He's very strong, clears very fast. Strong early in terms of his clear speed, and if Viego gets a reset, he wins. But in a lot of cases, if you get a kill, you're already winning, right? So it's in a lot of cases, it makes kills a lot more decisive, right? There's definitely fights where you kill someone and then the fight is not decided. There's definitely cases like that, but Viego is definitely like a win more champ, strong early, can do well in 2v2s and 3v3s, but in terms of his presence in team fights, you know, I think that there's some champions that have a lot more of a presence, you know, especially in cases where Viego is not ahead, you know. So we have Renekton, Rakan, Kai'Sa, Alzir, Ivan, Nocturne, and Taliaban, and then you have to think to yourself, like, what are potential jungle picks here that you can do that are maybe better? It's tough for me to see one, you know. It's like I'm not happy about the Viego, but it's like, you know, maybe you just play Jarvan, you know, that could be something. You know, these are some of the champs that you could potentially like play around with. No, it might suck to play Jarvan into Darius and Ezreal, you know. There's like same thing with Xin Zhao, like Lee Sin could be a champion, right? Lee Sin could be played, you know, as an example. Like Lee Sin could probably be a little bit better than Viego in my mind. You know, I think, you know, that's something to explore. But nevertheless, you know, it's like BDS, they seem to continue their streak of brilliance from the GG series. It started off with some action in top side. So basically, here what I wanted to highlight is that Adam is not playing Nimbus Cloak. Usually if you do this strat, Nimbus Cloak is very helpful for you, but of course Resolve Tree is good for fighting. I think that here Adam just trades into bomb plating, so he just takes a step back and then he just flashes to keep the stacks. So basically he flashes here because he wants to keep the stacks and he wants to chunk them. You can see the whole game plan here. There's a ward on red, they know that Viego's starting bottom side. Rel is going to path into top. Either the plan is going to be that they dive Renekton, or they're going to actually just pressure Viego on his camps. Rel is a very strong level 3 champ, clears fast enough to match there, and then, you know, Syndra, Nico should have prio mid. But the idea is here that the Darius is going to burn his pool, and then chunk, of course, the Renekton, and then create a circumstance where they can pressure. I can show you a very similar game where Adam did something similar. It is basically BDS versus Fnatic, and this is summer 2022, I believe. Let's see if we can find the game. Maybe weekday 2. It's like Wunder is playing Gwen. This is not the game. Maybe it's in spring. Wunder, Gwen, Adam, Darius. Maybe spring. This is LEC. Let's see if this one. Oh, this is the one. So here, Adam did exactly the same. He basically just fucking flashes, he commits with little tempo, and now Wundo is really chunked, he can't contest the wave, and they are looking to pressure dive. Viego's coming up into top side, and then Adam crashes wave 3, and then they look to dive, but Gwen already based and TP'd back, right? Because Wunder knew this was coming. But the difference here is, of course, that this Renekton has Ignite, you know? So, he can't TP back. So it is an investment, you know? Now he Ghosts because, yeah, Renekton is just walking up when he doesn't need to, right? It's like walking up like this against Ghost Darius is just plain and simple terrible, you know? You can definitely go E, that's true. Someone in the chat mentioned that you can go E as Renekton and just peace out. There's definitely like a move that you can do. If you notice that the enemy guy is using sums, and yeah, Adam is just slow pushing the wave in. So yeah, Viego should already be aware of what's happening topside. I don't know why he's crossing through mid. Like here, he should already be aware that this wave is going to be crashing and the enemy can look for a dive. Here he puts a ward and he looks out for Rel. I believe that, did he spot him? I thought he spotted him when I watched this live. Maybe the timing is just so bad. That is crazy. I didn't realize when I was watching this live. Look at that, guys. That is nuts. I thought he spotted him. I guess they just feel safe. There's bush, man. That's why you don't shave the bush. I'm kidding. We continue. And then Viego goes to his camps, he crosses on the ward, they see Viego on red, and then he gets dove. I think this could have been played better if they just do a better CC chain. Would have been a lot better, of course, and I think they could just kill Renekton on this one. And then now, you know, you're already happy because the wave is bouncing, Darius is already in good condition. Even if Renekton doesn't die here, the game is very tough for Renekton already. He doesn't have flash, the wave is bouncing, he doesn't have TP back, he doesn't have a get out of jail free card. So yeah, Viego's doing golems, and then they're going for a redive here, which is, you know, once again, I thought they can just straight up kill him. It's like Shio can just Q flash, and then he's dead. Like they can kill him even if Viego's here, right? And they can kill him and go peace out and have a good time, you know? It's like Q flash into Darius E into Q, and then Shio W's out. Like it could have been played in many different ways, but they cannot troll here. Still, the issue remains. It's like Renekton is slow pushing out. He's level 4. He's in really bad conditions, and Rel just sticks around because this is going to be crucial. This is good. This is a crucial moment. Viego went back for the red, and he's gonna show up here top. But this Viego is not level 4 because he didn't do his. It's like here. This is a very crucial window, right? Because Viego might have taken more camps, but that power of those camps, they don't matter at all. They don't matter because it doesn't make Viego level 4. So even though he took golems and red, it doesn't make him level 4. So here, Shio is aware of this, so he just sticks around and just has a good time, you know? Here I thought there was a window for Sparta to actually like go and Q the wave and thin out the wave, you know? Heal back. Imagine he empowers Q on the big wave and do like chills, you know? Because Adam is posturing. would have been something. And then the extension is, you know, Renekton is just so fucked, and then eventually Shio comes around here with his flash, and he's just standing on the wave, and the investment pays off. So it's an accumulation of things. The issue here is that you're playing Flash Ignite, and this wave bounces. Renekton is gonna die again. Like the game is pretty much over unless something crazy happens in the other lanes. You know, because this wave is gonna crash. Adams will be higher level, will have better items, and Adam will have Ghost. It's like the conditions that Renekton is in, it's like this is the beginning of the nightmare, because this big ass wave just died to the turret. Legit fucking 15 minions died to the turret. Sparta's walking out with a longsword against Ninja Tabi, and now Darius is back on the wave, and all Darius needs to do is just thin out the wave and just find the all-in angle, because he's going to reach 6 before Renekton will, even on a wave that is slow pushing towards him, you know? This is just crazy, right? There's nothing for this homie to do, you know? It's like he's just screwed. Like he gets ghosted on. It's like even here, right? Adam's gonna get 6 on the wave, and then it's like, what can Sparta really do? Like, this is just a straight up solo kill, you know? It's like Shio is not contributing anything at all. This is just a solo kill, you know? We continue, you know? There was this fight on top that was very disappointing. I think that the support of already in this game, I felt like the support gap was there. I think that Team Wales support BA was doing a very good job. He was pressuring mid. He was doing so much, and then Sparta's just the situation top is just really fucking terrible. And now here they're like, yo, I need to push this out. Renekton's crying. He's like, bro, like I'm so fucked, guys. We had flash from Nuke, but it's okay. They managed to somehow secure Herald off of the mid situation, even though Renekton's getting completely fucked. BA was playing well, even in this game. Adam gets a solo kill. I just want to fast forward to this moment in time where Adam double kills. This was a very beautiful Darius sequence. It's like this should be in Darius highlight reels. Like this was a juicer in my book. Look at this. Look at this sequence here. Look at the sequence. Stacks his passive. Gets a fat double Q. Turns on BJ. And it's like all Team Wales needed to do was just wait for the Rakan, because the Rakan had such a big tempo swing. You know, Rakan is coming to save the day. He's simply coming to save the day, but they didn't want to let him. Like, Rakan is on his way right now. He's on his way right now. They could have just played around that window, and then Rakan would have been smurfed because his tempo is faster than Alistar. But they didn't let him smurf. They didn't let him smurf. And then the final thing I wanted to highlight is just like there was this fight on top side where Adam showed he knows the limits of Darius very well. Trying to find the window. Did it happen already? Did it happen already? I think, oh, it happens here. Look at trapping Adam. Well, look how he plays this, bro. Look how he plays this. E, boom, it gets a fat Q. Boom. Heals himself up and then gets another fat ass Q. Boom. Crazy. Crazy. But this is where the nightmare begins for BDS. This is where the nightmare begins, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2, BDS versus Team Wales. So, I think crucially for the rest of the tournament, we have to think about these bans. Maokai, Orianna, Darius. Maokai, Orianna, Darius. And the thing is, I think that BDS got away with a lot here because they managed to secure Rel on 2-3. I thought if red side here just squeezes in Rel here on 1-2, they would be very well off, right? But maybe they were afraid of the Poppy, but I think that's perfectly fine. Like maybe if they thought if we pick Rel here, enemy goes Poppy and it's good against Kisanta and Rel. I don't think Rel was good pick after first game. I think Rel is incredibly OP, and I don't think you should judge Rel based off of bad gameplay. I don't think this is a series where you can like Rel could have carried the top situation way smoother. Rel is giga OP in terms of the impact it has on draft. Rel is really strong. But it's like BDS managed to get Talia and Rel on 2-3 and they first pick Renekton. So it's like Darius ban makes their Renekton prio higher. It means that BDS, it's like Adam has a strong Renekton. But it also showcases that Darius is the answer into their Renekton and this is what they want to play, right? So they could be in trouble against teams that like to play Rumble. They could be into, and if teams want to just lock in K'Sante against Renekton, K'Sante might be a little bit losing in the matchup, but K'Sante has a lot of windows to be very impactful, right? So this is perfectly fine. It's like Renekton has prio early, better for Rift Herald, but then when K'Sante reaches Gauntlet, he becomes super strong. In team fights, he can be a lot more impactful than Renekton. I think that, like, to say that Renekton sucks after just one series, I think is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. K'Sante doesn't really lose to anything. That shit is OP as fuck. I think that I think the issue with this, with people in general, it's not an issue, but it's just how people are, right? Is that when K'Sante wins, he looks really OP. That is the issue with K'Sante. When he wins, he looks ridiculous. When he loses, he also looks ridiculous in the other direction. Like, Game 2 Adam's build was so troll. Like, when does a Renekton buy Force of Nature over Maw? You can't buy Maw and Sterak's. Even though I think Spirit Visage is better on Renekton, and when you buy Goldrinker and Sterak's, because you have synergy, but you can't buy Maw and Sterak's together. So, get your ducks in order, my friend. Let's focus again on the draft. So, I thought that BDS out of the draft came out ahead. You know, it's like here, they invited the enemy to waste their bans on Jason Yone. So it basically said that basically they want to remove the AD mid, so the Talia goes mid. That was their intention, right? They banned Jason Yone, and then Nocturne Nico is out. The enemy picks Viego again. Ezreal Braum 4-5. This looks to me like a very strong BDS draft. I didn't think that they would be in trouble in this game at all. I thought that they look pretty good, pretty solid here. I thought that they would be favored coming into this one. It's like they have Braum into Nautilus. They have Talia to play on range. It's like this seems like a very solid draft. What Team Wales need to accomplish in this game is that they need to stabilize top and they need to create a circumstance where Syndra and Viego take over the game through mid, right? But once again, we see this pattern now. BDS, they keep pivoting to Ezreal when Zaya's out. I wonder how they're going to develop their AD carry pool. You know, it's like he's playing Ezreal. I think Ezreal's strong. But the glaring weakness of Ezreal is if he doesn't keep up with the curve of the game, he becomes really useless. The benefit of Ezreal, right, is that he has, you know, very clear windows in time where he's super strong. The Trinity Force between Trinity Force and Manamune Pop is rough. Manamune Pop is beautiful, but I think if you finish Trinity Force Manamune by the time enemy AD is going to actually lock in, what's it called? If they get 2 core, if enemy AD with crit items matches 2 core, I think that it slows you down a lot, you know, in terms of the power. Thoughts on picking Sivir here? Sivir could be decent here. Yeah, Sivir could be fine. I don't think Sivir is bad here. I think that Sivir is perfectly decent into Kai'Sa. Maybe a little bit of a worse pairing with Braum. Like, that could be the argument against it. But it's like their preparation was that they really like Ezreal. Up until this point, they've won every game with Ezreal so far. They've managed to create enough of a lead in other positions for Ezreal to work, right? So it's like this is BDS's 5th game, and they are 4-0 up until this point, right? So Viego and then Ezreal, Braum, Syndra. I thought out of the draft that BDS look competitive here. I like Rel Renekton top side. They should be able to play around the Herald, stabilize bot lane. It seemed to be like the usual BDS recipe, right? When it came to the game, This is the wrong game. I think BDS wishes that was the second game too. Rakan is open here, no? Is it bad this game? Well, the enemy blind picked Nautilus in preparation for Rel Flex and additionally potentially for Rakan. When you play against Rel on blue, if you are red side and you play against Rel on blue side Rel, you have to consider if you want to last pick mid or a solo laner, you can't ban your own pool. And it could be a situation where they could have gone like Rakan on 3 as an example, but they choose to go for Nautilus probably because it's after the first game on Rakan, maybe it didn't feel as useful. And some players don't want to play Rakan against Talia, you know? So, first egregious thing. What the fuck was this? It's like, I don't know what happened to BDS, but for those who want to have someone to blame, right? If you want to have someone to blame, I think draft order of BDS in game 3 could have been a lot better. But I think Shio, Nuke, and also Labrov kind of heavily underperformed. And then maybe you can put blame on Crowny for being the champion that he's playing in the game. But Ezreal is not gonna be the one that is the catalyst. It's like, if you're picking Ezreal, in most cases, you're going to be a passenger in the game, I think, in the drafts that they did. And you can blame Crowny for that, you can blame someone else for that. I think that Adam played his matchup, was CS ahead, and he played against Kesante. He gave away a couple of kills on side that weren't good, but in terms of the engine of the game, I think that this was just non-existent, right? I think the engine of the game is always support and jungle, and also Nuke. His itemization made them so unimpactful in fights, and I don't know what they were waiting for, because the itemization that Nuke did and the CS numbers that he put out was just not good enough. So it's like Crowny, Adam, definitely they gave deaths, and they took deaths that they shouldn't do, right? For sure. But when it comes to what the soul of the game, that was completely missing to me. I didn't feel like BDS were actually playing game 2 and 3. So, first and foremost, I had the idea here that Shio should just base after doing this camp, base and re-enter topside. Maybe push out, Viego. But maybe Viego clears too fast, so he chose not to. He does the crab, and then he shares XP mid, and then gets level 4. And then it's just here, this was so perplexing. It's like you enter into this area, you're looking to gank Glory, but Glory has vision on top side, knows Viego position too. Shio just walks through and is gonna face check the Viego, and he just W's. I don't know what Shio is expecting here. BDS did lose Jizuki, yes. What is Shio expecting here? Look at this Jizuki. This will make you very upset. This will make you very upset. Shio just W's, they know about Viego information. Viego 100% has only one option, right? Viego has only one option, that is to take Rel's camps. If he didn't do that, it means that he is completely griefing and it doesn't matter, you know? So Shio here, I don't know why is he refusing to flash? Why doesn't he just flash, accept, whoa, this is a bad play? Like, I don't know if he can even flash in this direction. He can flash some kind of spell. I don't know, I guess he wants to play because Brom is coming. Brom is coming. He's like, yo, Brom, fight. I'm coming. He's waiting for Labrov. Maybe something like this. But like, bro, like, come on, man. At some point you can flash, no? At some point. What is that, man? Look how Viego fed is. Look how fed Viego is. These camps were taken late. Viego took his top side now. He's gonna base, go into bot side, take the respawn. And look, he's basing level 5, 40 CS, 1 kill. Mental, man. Mental. And then in my mind, it's like, sure, you're buying mercs into Syndra. I guess that's perfectly fine. You're playing Talia, that's okay. It just looks like a very dry base, you know. It's like you don't have any mana resource, you know. It just kind of looks bad to me. It's like he's just so, you know, like he was and he was dropped so much CS this game. I basically Jizuki every game today. His base was no magic mantle boots. That's every base he did today. No joke. Every game he based boots no magic mantle. No joke. Alright, we continue. Now we have the situation where they do Drake and then Labrov decides to give Viego a gift. It's Christmas time. We are doing Drake and I want to face check this space. And then he's like, whoa, shit. I just got away with murder, bro. He's like, yo, I just got away with murder. And he's like, actually, it's gifting time. He just turns around. You see that little frame. The little frame, he just goes back. These are a lot of nifty gifties that they give the enemy team here. And now Shio, he saved the flash for this moment. At least they got Drake, you know. That's a cool, you know. Nuke used mana, has shit conditions for mid, so that's another price they paid. But Viego just picked up 2 kills for almost no reason. Right?
Feeling like sort of a focus point for this roster. I want to see a little bit.
Here I said in the comms, right? I was like, yo, it's like the way Talia itemized, she's going to finish Mythic so damn late, you know? So damn late. But I think Archangel is pretty decent this game. It's like this game, you're buying Liandry, Archangel, Void. That should be your build. God bless. If the enemy buys way too much MR by the time you finish your Liandry, you can even pivot to Void and buy it before you finish Archangel. As an example. But right now, it's like blue side composition. Their issue is Renekton wants to contest and fight, and he wants to fuck around and find out. Talia and Ezreal, they need a lot more time. And by the time Talia and Ezreal have had enough time to become strong, then K'Sante will begin to overtake the Renekton, right? So it's like Adam did a good job in lane, like he had good conditions and so forth. It's like he managed to solo kill here K'Sante. That's why it's like weird to me. It's like, I think, even though Adam didn't play super well around side and gave a kill to Kaiser or 2, and Crown did the same, I still think the engine of the team, like Nuke, Sheo, Labrov, they just weren't active today, game 2 and 3. They gave up a lot, you know? If you guys want to blame people, because that's usually it's like, whose fault was the game? It's like...
The tower in the meantime, 4v2 for the Drake. Crucial Barrage hits 4 players. Snoop trying to get the flick back, but BJ flashing onto him.
Yeah, this Viego's having a good time, you know. Renekton was collapsing, and you know, this was very close for Viego to have like a montage moment. But this is what I mentioned, right? It's like, this is not a good time for Ezreal and Talia to fight in my mind, you know? They're late to the situation already, and already here, it's like, what's happening here? It's like we're focusing over here because of the solo kill, right? But what is this position that Sheo has? What is that? What is that? This is disastrous. And then we have a massive gold swing, you know? Massive gold swing in favor of red side, of course. And they push away from Renekton and they kite him in the process. Yeah, it's like Sheo really had a stinker, man. He really had a stinker. I think that he was crucial in the Golden Guardians game, but this borderline solo losing the game. Borderline. Very rough. Like Nuke, Sheo, Labrov. Oof. Oof.
2 kills in a row now. Sparta and then Glory, both of Adam.
So yeah, like Adam, once again, he finds a good angle here. Glory flashed the combo from Talia before, the wall right. Adam was active, you know? Adam was active. Like Adam did his best, you know? I don't want to... The issue is, right? The issue is, it's like Crownie was playing Ezreal back to back, and he wasn't ever in a position where he had any agency. That's just it. And whether it was his choice or the team choice for him to play Ezreal every game, that's like, that we can't tell, you know?
Ruins everything and Sheo with the steal in out easy as that. That was
Maybe there's like some fights where he could play a lot better. I remember like the bot side fight, you know, the one that Big Jeff is referencing to, but we continue. You know, at some point it seemed like BDS just kind of agreed that, yo, we're just gonna give up everything and contest super later on. And during all of these windows where Adam is trying to push side, Kaiser did manage to get shutdowns. It's like they managed to kill Renekton for the shutdown, so Kaiser was really well off, you know. And this game was largely quite uninteresting, you know. Not a lot of activity, not a lot going on. It was pretty easy breezy. But look how useless this Talia is looking right now in this state of the game.
I love it. Feel right at home.
In my mind, I'm like, yo, I need Void as soon as possible. But he just hates Void. He just hates Void.
So is BJ managed to get over
Blue side as well didn't have a lot of pressure. It's like they didn't have a lot of pressure on Nash, so they could kill Renekton for free as he's pushing up, you know. This is something that you need to be aware of. Renekton can't be pushing up like that if there's no pressure on Nash. And now Kaiser's sitting on 3 core, right? And she's just completely outscaled the whole game, you know? I don't think setups is a beta item. Setup fits a purpose. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan was. It's like they just kind of start Nash. It's like Talia is not DPSing Nash. And Talia does so much damage to Nash. I don't know what the plan was here. What was the plan here? It's like you're positioning in Zihuataneum to wall the opposition, but you just don't have any Nash DPS. Like, look how slow this Nash is. The enemy just finished up Drake, right? And they're walking towards the situation. They use 2 blue trinkets, spot it, get slowly face check, and then it's like Talia is not even DPSing Nash. It's like this Nash pressure is non-existent because this Nash is full HP, and they just take the time. And then, for some reason, you know, this angle of the wall is also terrible. It's like, you want to wall like this, then you end up here, you know, and then you play the game. Like this angle and then jumping off like that, that's mental. That is mental. This is insanity. It just surfs into a goddamn Sindri. And then additionally here, I don't know what Labrov, like Labrov is just using E for free. Like, look at him. He just used E for nothing. Like, why did he face check into this space? What's Labrov doing in this moment? This is so incohesive. I think it's fine if he doesn't ride the wall, then he's completely mispositioned. Completely mispositioned. Completely mispositioned. No. It's a terrible. It's just a terrible play from Talia. The angle is just bad. The angle is bad. The play is bad. I think like you want to be hitting Nash. You know, you want to hitting Nash and place your E, and then you can walk off into here and then wall. Imagine you play in this pocket here, right? That I'm highlighting with the mouse. And then as the enemy approaches you, like go into this angle, you wall off like that. You know, there's so much. This can be played so much better. The idea inherently is kind of weird. Yeah. Even that, Jizu. Even that's also an option. It's just that I would not want to be behind the pit against their champs. That's all, you know. But this wall is so weird. He's just like, he pretty much is flanking Watalia. That's what he's doing. And the game is just over. Guys, people talk about like the mental is so bad, whatever. No, they just played worse. Like we like. It's not about taking Team Wales seriously or not. It's really not about this. They just played bad. Like, there's no need to speculate on players' mentals or how they prepared for Team Wales. It's just such a weird angle, you know? It's like they didn't take them seriously. It's like the Team Wales just played fucking better today. Plain and simple. I don't think it's about taking anything serious. Yeah, this was the moment maybe Crownie could have like squeezed a little bit more, you know? It's like I like the TP prep, you know, the ward prep. This was pretty neat, you know? Can you explain why the wall was bad? Well, it's like he's not in a position to fight after he walls. That's the issue. The wall is okay, but you can do better walls, and you don't hit Nash. You can't fight. You can't team fight. Your position is just shit. You know? This TP position was pretty good. You know? And this was a good play. This was a good play. Team Wales was just making good decisions every time, it feels like. I feel like Team Wales were just playing the game, and BDS kind of just lost their mind. I think they kind of just lost their mind. You say Team Wales prepared more than BDS, but did they really? They played against Darius and completely fucked in game 1. So did they really prepare? I think the fact that they spotted Maokai ban, Orianna ban, and then Darius ban, that seems to be like Exodia bans against BDS. I saw some people saying that BDS should have given Adam the counter pick top. I think, obviously now, I think that he was impactful on Renekton. I think he was impactful on Renekton. This game, he's playing with no one. He was playing with no one. The question is, right? Maybe they don't feel like they have an answer into Renekton. Maybe he doesn't want to play Olaf into Renekton anymore. And that's something we have to keep in mind, right? Maybe he doesn't want to play into Renekton because Darius is out. It's easy to say, yo, just give him counter. But what's the counter? I think that they would... Like, if he is willing to play Olaf... Like, Kesante, I don't like Adam Kesante. But then it's like, you can maybe play Olaf. But I don't know, like, Olaf against Renekton? I think if Adam doesn't want to play that, then you don't want to play that. I think this game, he was the only one playing, right? Whatever, let's continue. The CP was good on bot too, the play on mid was good, he solo killed Kisante, he had really good CS. It's like, what the fuck do you want from him? You know?
Gargoyle Stoneplate finish off. Can BJ get a Guardian Angel? That would be large. Actually did use the can you get them in 90 seconds? Can we even get Sparta here? He's gonna be running, but that's a Weaver's wall.
Got him.
Flash is available.
He does. This guy really overcooked this play.
Oh, nice little flash. Gets creative, but he's dashed into 5 players, so a little unfortunate. It's not worth. Oh, he actually did use the flash. I was gonna say it's.
I just wanted to highlight this last fight now on bot when everyone like runs away with 1 HP. I think it happens here. Does it happen here? Does it happen here? I don't know when it happens, honestly. I can't find it. Was it game 3? Maybe it was game 3. Maybe I'm being crazy. I had it? I don't think I had it. Kisante dies and like this. This ain't it. This is it. This is it. Comes on through. Can they chase it out? Killer instinct. This is it. This is it. This is it, guys. This is it. There we go. There we go. Ah, the Syndra E. It's unlucky. They would this Talia would have flown if it wasn't for the Syndra E cancelling it. I don't know where this Brom is E-ing, but God bless him. Maybe Crowny could have done more here, like this was his moment to shine. Was this his moment to carry? Oh, that Q. Ooh, that Q. And that Q. Oi. Oof. He could have had a Korean moment there. He could have had a Korean moment. For sure, this could have been a Korean moment. He even had flash here. He needed to go for broke there. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. This was his moment to carry. This was his moment to carry. But yeah.
good for both
And then the game
teams.
ends.
And in time either.
Talia's bot. What the fuck is happening here?
So it's time.
Talia's bot and they're pushing on the wave like you have Ezreal to max range it. This is a bit troll. Not sure what happened to Brom. Where did Brom go? Where did Brom go? Eish. And as mentioned, right? What Jizuki is highlighting is like he didn't buy Void Staff third. He had all of the information already. He had all of the information, he went Death Cap. I understand why he went to Codex, because he's not gonna finish Void by the time the game ends, but my man didn't go Void third this game. Oh my lord. That's terrible. That's terrible. Really, really bad. Wait till you see game 3, Jizo. It's even more egregious. Isn't blasting one better than Codex? It's ability haste for AP. Picky poison. Not worth enough to have a conversation about. Alright. Team Wales. They found the Exodia bands. Maokai, Oriana, Darius. That seems to be the bans that you do against BDS to put them on the wall. Sejuani, they chose to ban Kai'Sa. They banned Kai'Sa because they believe that Kai'Sa is better against their Ezreal. So they already wanted to invite the Xayah to play Ezreal. That was already their state of mind. It was already their state of mind they wanted to play Ezreal. Something that was weird to me is I was thinking here that they are going to look to pick Rel. Like just pick Rel, right? I thought that was the move. And then I was thinking, oh, blue side is thinking, yo, they're gonna go, they're gonna trade Rel and Rakan and be very happy with it, right? This Vi ban is very strange, yeah. I don't know if it's Team Whale specific or something. But I'm not so sure. They went, I thought here, oh, maybe Rakan Rel rotation and then pick AD on 3. I thought that could be something. What do you think about Renekton ban? I think Renekton ban could hurt them. Can't you host G2 channel while you're co-streaming? I had no idea you were there until I went to Dome stream. I don't know if I can, maybe I can. But my stream was always live, Kavai Socrates. Nevertheless. Rakan Renekton, K'Sante Nautilus, Ezreal. I thought here we would go Rakan Rel and then play around with third. I thought that's something they can do right. But nevertheless, they have Rakan, enemy has Xayah, K'Sante Nautilus. It's like this as a 1-2-3 is perfectly fine. I think in the 4-5, that's where they fucked themselves over. I think that Vi is playable, and Vi has some itemization options. But I think that those Vi builds that you see in solo queue, they're way too expensive for her clear speed. I think they're way too expensive for their clear speed. Here in my mind, what options does BDS have? So the option they have, number one, is that they can pick Azir on 4. That could be an option. I think Azir is really good against Xayah, K'Sante, Nautilus. That's very, very good. I think they can go Azir on 4. If you want to play Syndra, I think that you should pick Lee Sin on 4, because Team Wales, they really did good 4-5 bans. Rel Poppy bans were really, really good bans in my opinion. If this is what you're planning to rotate. Because here on 5, I think that you're kind of screwed. And at least, imagine you go Azir here, you have so much better option on 5. If you go Azir here, and then you go Ivern, you think they can play? You have even Azir Gragas would have been better. You can choose to pick Ivern on 4, and then you can pick whatever the fuck you want on 5. And then you can pick Syndra into Azir, or pick Azir into whatever. You know, you have many options. You can play the game. But Syndra and then Gragas, I don't know. I didn't think it was the end of day if you have a better 5 pick. I think Azer gets blasted by LB. Untrue. It's not true. It is not true. Maybe Talia flex. Shio's best champ in spring was Vi. Mate, it's BDS banning Vi. Alright. I think people are highlighting the Renekton. It's like, I understand. If you look at it from the point of view of BDS, the best performing player is Adam, let's give him more priority. But I think if they are locking Renekton, I don't think they like their answer into Renekton when Darius is out. That's what I think. There's more layers to it, you know? There's more layers to it. So people saying, why are they not banning Renekton? Why are they picking Renekton? Maybe if Renekton is out, Adam doesn't know what the fuck to play. And then sure, maybe you open up cases where, let's say you ban Renekton instead of Vi, and then you 5-pick, and then maybe you have some Garen angles, Aatrox angles, maybe, for sure. For sure. People saying he can play Garen Olaf versus K'Sante, you guys are assuming that the enemy top lane is gonna blind pick K'Sante. Guys, the enemy team picked K'Sante into Renekton. Why are we assuming K'Sante is gonna be picked if Renekton isn't picked? Alright. I'm assuming the homies in the chat, they've been awake all morning and they're consuming League content the entire day, so they just don't have the energy to make sure that they have oxygen in the brain. Okay, that was a bit harsh. Lee Sin LeBlanc. You know, still, here at this point, it's like Syndra mid against Lee Sin LeBlanc. I would be like pretty happy. It's like AP LeBlanc. AP LeBlanc is not the greatest right now. You know, it's not the greatest. Don't get me wrong. It's like, I get why people want to explore the idea. I get why people want to explore the idea of giving Adam later prio. I think that's perfectly like understandable, you know? But out of 1, 2, 3, out of 1, 2, 3, they are not that horrible. Like here, this is perfectly fine. This is very playable. This is very playable. We're gonna see this in the tournament. Picking Ezreal into Xayah is perfectly fine. Rakan Renekton perfectly fine. It's just that Gragas on 5 is just kind of you know? In the end, it's just that it's like the gameplay is king, you know? Gameplay is king. I like we can explore the idea of enemy. Let's say BDS pick Rakan and Ezreal, and then let's say the enemy band pick Renekton, and then maybe you play Olaf and then you see what's up. Could be a thing. But playing Olaf into Xayah already is much weaker, right? As an example. Or let's say they ban Renekton. They ban Renekton and they say, Adam, you're gonna 5-pick. Okay, he's gonna 5-pick, and the enemy doesn't pick K'Sante here. And then the enemy bans Garen, Olaf, Renekton is out, and then let's say the enemy blind picks Aatrox. And then what does he play into Aatrox? Right? As an example. Does Olaf blind does Adam then blind pick Olaf? Is that the idea? You guys need to consider these situations. Because the enemy is not gonna blind pick K'Sante, right? Blinding K'Sante against Adam 2-3 would be troll. So let's say maybe Adam doesn't want to play into Renekton. Maybe if they go 4-5 and he has 5-pick and they ban Garen and Olaf, that he doesn't have an answer into Aatrox, right? That's why when people say, guys, why they ban Renekton? It's like there's layers to it. There are layers to it. There are layers to the game. And we don't know those layers for sure, right? I'm just giving you I'm giving you a thought exercise as to why they might have went 1-2 Renekton. Right? So if they ban Renek, maybe they are not ready to play the blinds and the answers into Aatrox. And if you go 4-5, Garen and Olaf get banned when Darius is already out, that's tough. One ban against Adam's champion pool in the 1-2-3, you can pinch in 4-5. And then maybe he plays like Set into Aatrox, maybe that's something that he could play, you know? It's just that I think it's just we're being hindsight Andes, you know? I was saying, why wouldn't they ban K'Sante and pick Renek? Because in this game, he was 40 CS ahead, solo killed them, roamed into mid, and he was insane. He was insanely strong in this game. You think you walk away from this game? Yeah, K'Sante was the problem. That is not really a conclusion. It's not really a conclusion that is logical at all. This was not the issue. Syndra gets picked, enemy goes Lee Sin LB. And even here, even in the case where they have Gragas, it's like, I thought when the enemy shows Lee Sin LeBlanc that these guys need to do super much in order to win the game. It's like playing AP LeBlanc. I am very skeptical when I see AP LeBlanc. So even though I didn't like the Gragas on 5, I think they aren't that... It's not that horrible, you know? The only issue is that they are drafting in a way that is giving K'Sante like plenty of value, you know? LeBlanc didn't do a whole lot in that game. I think she did. I think that she did. She did. Let's take a look at the game. It's easier to speak that way.
I'm curious actually what sees the angle to go for, especially just trying to soften up this lane, get a summoner spell out.
So I really don't like Gragas. Especially it's like, bro, if this is your game plan as Gragas, you go mid. If you do this with Gragas, okay? If you do this with Gragas, by the way, you are fucked. Like, the reason I say so is Gragas' clear speed is insanely slow. Insanely slow. Why not just flash E? Because he should hit the E. And force LB flash and keep his flash. The thing is, I mentioned this when I was talking with Dom and Treats. I said, blue side should pick Rek'Sai. You know why I said this? Because I said, if they win 2v2 mid, then they will outscale. That's what I said. Just pick Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai stands behind Syndra, and then they play. Doesn't matter that Rek'Sai is a little bit weaker earlier. Just fucking pick it, win 2v2 mid, and the enemy can't fucking play. Really. You give Syndra a really good game. I talk about red side. You pick Rek'Sai on 5. Not a lot of teams play Rek'Sai, but you pick Rek'Sai. You don't think about Rek'Sai. Oh, Rek'Sai, how do you play Rek'Sai against K'Sai? Don't fucking think about this. It's like you win 2v2 mid. Rek'Sai can cover Syndra, and then 2v2. If LeBlanc Lee Sin don't win 2v2 in the game, they are complete garbage. Complete garbage. You also have options of maybe like playing Nocturne could be an option, right? Against Lee, you could maybe play like even something as Jarvan, as silly as it might sound. You don't get value against any of the champs. Graves too. Graves. Just fucking pick something that you can contest with and doesn't make the enemy buy 5 mercs, you know? That's like the mission, you know? But yeah, okay, Sheo lost a lot of time here. Lee Sin steps into river, gets a Krabby. He wards, crosses through mid, goes for double Krabby. Lee Sin is chilling completely, bro. Completely vibing. He's pushing out the K'Sante lane. He's having a good time. Xin Zhao, yeah, Xin Zhao is good. Just fucking pick something that can contest, really. Rek'Sai is nerfed, yes. Rek'Sai is nerfed. She got pretty fucking hard nerfed, that's true. I didn't think about this notion. I just think about like an AD champ that has like good interactions with Lee, you know? Viego was banned, but Viego was their champ. For you, why did they pick Rene for Adam Tuta? I already talked about this enough. We continue. We continue. Yeah, I don't know why Nuke refuses to stun. It's like, he Qs, and then he picks it up instead of Eing. Why doesn't he stun? No flash, Nautilus. You stun, rock and W, GG. Maybe you talked about this earlier. On broadcast, they said like it looked like BDS played scared and weren't proactive enough. Is this something you agree with? I have to say, I think that the support gap was pretty big. I think when a team looks scared and they don't play proactive, most of the time it's the support jungle that are playing that. Most of the time.
Oh, Mia just gets onto the tower. Scatter the weak won't find its mark. And, I mean, this team is so split up the dragon pump build, so it's no.
We continue.
Where Nuke is just going to press R, and then Shio's going to press R, and look at the team fight.
This is a neck breaker. This is a neck breaker. Does the stream really freeze in this moment? This is a neck breaker. This is just a neck breaker. Let's be honest. Jesus, you saw this one?
Couple of minutes of the game, right? Because we've got Herald coming up. 40 seconds time. 175.
Oh, what prediction! And the Featherstorm is there as well. The flash for the root. Artemis and BA take a bow.
It was a terrible E. You can like E in a way that you max range out of hook range, and he did quite bad. Yeah, as well. BJ, it's like he's running the game, bro. He's just running the game.
Feather play with the ultimate from Artemis as well. I mean, look, it was getting a little quiet for a second.
Look, BJ now. Look at mid condition. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened mid. Did he get ganked by Lee? Like, why is Nuke condition so rough? Like, look, this is where we see Lee cross. But look at Nuke's HP. Why is Nuke HP 1? Look, he has no HP. He's playing Null Magic Mantle. How can this be the situation mid? I wish we see. How is he so fucked? How is it? Wow, how did this happen? He just got full flat out comboed by LB. I don't know how this happened. And this opens up Lee Sin to do whatever the fuck he wants. This turned Lee Sin into Conor McGregor with 2 belts. 2 belts, Conor McGregor, look at him. 2 belts. And then here, what is Renekton supposed to do in this spot? Renekton is playing his lane, he has good condition, he's winning. And it's like Renekton now has Lee Sin sniffing up Gragas' ass because Nuke is mid and is getting fucked. And then Adam here, how is he supposed to play? Gragas is scared of getting invaded. Renekton thinks Gragas is getting invaded because he's in comms. Gragas is like, yo, I'm getting fucked here. Lee is gonna kill me. And then Lee is just coming up his back. And it's like, if you're Adam, it's like, oh, Gragas says he's pathing into top, and all of a sudden your mid laner just gets one shot with no magic mantle, and then Gragas is under pressure in his own jungle. Like, what do I do here as Renekton? Sure, maybe I don't fucking Ian like this. Like, that's fair. I don't fucking Ian like this. This is a mistake for sure, right?
For long, honestly, because Adam is getting ganked by BJ here. Kick available for BJ. He wants to go for that. Has vision right now. Pulled over the wall, kicked back, and taken down. Team.
That E is terrible. That E is terrible. The timing of Adam's E is terrible. But he's in a bad spot. Doesn't need to die. Okay. We continue. Here, Team Wales gave an opportunity because I don't know what Artemis is doing. Artemis here, the god of celibacy, decided to fuck his team a little bit, you know?
Because then you keep the Herald and you can probably cash in on more.
Here he doesn't go here. He just pieces out. Look at him. Well, where did he go, man? He cut himself off.
He's got the Gore Drinker finished off, so I can't entirely blame him for wanting BDS just straight fight him here. That's a TP behind.
Well, look where he is.
TP coming out from Adam. BDS want to find themselves the fight. BJ.
And here comes Kesante. Kesante finished Mythic. They flash out, they kite out. And here, Team Wales, like how they reposition is good. They take it easy and they reposition around mid. And the enemy doesn't finish Drake and they slam the Herald and then they reposition to Drake. But here our Dominate pointed out, it's like, imagine if Kesante TP's behind. Imagine Kesante TP's behind here and Artemis maybe positions properly. Could have been better. Could have been better. But nevertheless, good sequence for Team Wales. They secure the Drake. Gore Drinker Leeson, he's a monster. 14 CS ahead. Level ahead. Kesante on item as well. Super strong. Here Sparta was kicking into gear, you know. He was kicking into gear. He managed to find the Iceman Gauntlet base. He managed to burn out on Flash, you know. Sparta was looking better and better. Now Jizu. Is Jizuki here? Jizu. Daniele. Here there's two options for items that you can buy. I think Void Staff is optimized because MR is coming. MR is coming. You lock in Gragas, you almost instantly decide you're buying Void on second. Because every motherfucker and their sister is going to have Merc Threads, right? Everyone. Or you tell yourself, I just want to E. I want to have move speed and I want to E a lot. This is like, if this was the reasoning, I'd be like, okay, I can maybe accept that with a Cosmic Drive. Cosmic Drive, I can maybe like rationalize that. Maybe. But the worst possible item you can buy, maybe a close second worst. Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame. Philippe La Shadow Flamme. Oh. Oh my lord. Only Morello would be worse. Only.
Glory actually just gets burst out, and now it feels like BDS have the advantage of the back of the team. Yeah, they were ready for that fight.
So here, LeBlanc
Especially when they know
dropped HP. They decided to give up Herald. Not too big of a deal. Glory just continues the game by being the tempo. Like, he made sure that BDS needed to pay tempo in order to play the game, you know?
Team Wales can do to regain control, because I feel like that was a crucial moment in the game for BDS, right? It felt like slowly but surely, Wales were like eking these little advantages out.
Very, very nice. It's like here, this is cool, you know? Because I saw a lot of playing teams. They didn't do this. For example, the series that PSG played. The enemy team didn't know how to create tempo on the other side. Here, LB rushes into bot, starts pushing, gives Lysian and everybody else free entry into bottom side, and then they have the tempo advantage, you know? At least the enemy is paying tempo to do this. The only reason people avoid Void second so much is Blighting Jewel is so bad, then buy a Blasting One and Amp Tom and then finish Void. This is also a way that you can buy it. Get 60 AP for yourself and then finish everything. The siege on bot is start commencing. They managed to break the turret, and Renekton opens on top. So it's like, this Herald might have looked like BDS did something beneficial, but they just ran straight into bot. They played with the tempo, threatened dive on Syndra, she had to abandon, and then they got the turret. Very neat, very neat. Hey Adam, I don't know what the fuck he was doing here. Void third? No, Void second. Or just buy a Blasting One if you don't like Void. It's not that deep. Yeah, Adam really ran it down. Plain and simple. It's like, I am trying to be as fair as possible in the criticism, right? But this is just Adam running it down. Yeah.
just gets jumped on. He still gets out somehow. The jump, the stun is there. The kill is there. Traded 1-for-1. But wow, the jump.
I thought here they can play more. I don't know why they are so scared. Why is Gragas scared? Why is everybody scared? They have flash. What's happening here? Well, why don't they play the game? Why are they scared here? Why are they scared? Where is he running? Why is this guy running? Why are they like BJ gave them an opportunity here. But this is a fight, bro. This is a fight. This is such a good situation. The enemy has no spell. Look at Xayah. And then here, like, Crowny decided to do a triangle. The triangle, the Illuminati triangle. Look at this flash, bro. Oh my lord. They really hesitated here, man. Like, for me... Oof. Look, the Xayah is taking their Nexus. Xayah is taking the Nexus, bro. Xayah is legit taking Nexus right now. What a sequence. Oh my lord. Yeah? The smaller one. Two small ones. I don't know, people watching this game think the draft, it's like Gragas was fucking garbage. But people watching this like Renekton and Ezreal are the problem, bro. Like, you can give them the best draft in the world and the enemy team is just... They play the situations right. They have confidence in their plays. Like Gragas was complete garbage. But BDS, jungle, support, mid were not playing the game. And then like Ezreal griefed and gave kills, and Adam gave kills and griefed. But they were not. They were just playing straight up bad. They just straight up played bad.
Behind in goal, 3. Whether or not they can money, but also bigger in the team fights. And now it does seem like the pressure.
Yeah, Team Wales, they were crispy, man. They were cold. Team Wales were really legit, man. I like Artemis. Artemis for me MVP. Artemis for sure MVP.
By Team Wales in their sort of flexibility. Oh no, that's just done, but
Woody fruity, baby. And then I see this large rod, bro. This large rod on Syndra. What is that? This just kills them. It kills them. I was like, maybe it's death cap into void. Maybe.
Beautifully done. Bit of fancy footwork and a bit of fancy out BJ.
No.
Team Wales?
Shadow Flame.
Out of there with the W dashes. Yeah, absolutely. Team Wales adapting well in this series.
Here, only option is void. Second option is Cosmic Drive into void. Third option is death cap. But death cap is so fucking expensive that it delays your void way too much.
Not allow those being kind of the two win conditions we've seen from BDS today, and so we're denying both of them here.
Yeah, Team Wales have played very nicely with...
I don't like to harp about itemization, but it's like you're killing your curve. You're making yourself so useless.
As well, makes it really hard for BDS to sort of...
Yeah, death cap is so expensive.
Well, Team Wales was grouping, BDS was just far... Team Wales can approach because anyone...
It's like, when is the Syndra gonna be useful now?
Each one of them accomplishes something very different, but it starts with BJ control over the bot side jungle, stealing away wall.
To get onto this tier 2, Glory moving over.
I have to say, I think that this team's bot lane, the support is really legit. I think the support is really fucking good.
Glory is just saying a little goodbye kiss on the way out. Hello, Adam. You went for the turn again. What happened last time?
No, Adam really wanted that.
Adam,
Yeah, Adam griefed. Like, it took mid turret, griefed.
Adam really wanted that tier 1 in the mid lane. The feathers, and there he's rooted up. And Artemis, once again, Artemis, simple as that.
I can't. I don't know what to do, man. Like, Adam just runs in for the turret again. It feels like a side effect almost of how dominant game one was, that he's just playing unhinged a little bit, going for that, thinking he's absolutely unkillable.
Zberek, shut the fuck up, please. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Now with Luis in flank, the teleport behind. It's a team fight for Team Wales.
Here we go. Team Wales want to find their advantage. They
Behind. It's a team fight for
This is a bit
Wales want to find their
creative, but BJ wants to fight. I think if BJ doesn't take this Q, I think it's a good fight. He just doesn't need to take this Q. I think he's hard forcing because it's 4v5, right? It's 4v5. I think if he doesn't take this Q and just keeps punching Gragas, I think it's solid. But either way, a fight's a fight. Alright, let me just open up. Just open up Twitch. YamatoCannon. Alright, Twitch, YamatoCannon. Then. Oh, wait. And then. Ban. Alright. Oh, this is the wrong game. Alright. They're just hard forcing the fight, of course, because Lee Sin, BJ. They just had Adam dead, right? So they just want to hard force the fight. I think BJ, if he doesn't take that Q, would have been good, you know?
Has the fancy footwork, has his W's available. So 1 for 1 in the end.
I like the idea, maybe a little bit too much. Then he kicks. That top exploded to. Oh,
Hang on. And then Artemis is obviously.
This was also a very neat setup, you know?
with the damage.
Team Wales, very confident in the idea that they can smite together with E and rock and roll, you know? Very confident. Was super good. And they find the burst. Plain and simple. Adam's trying to fight, but there was nothing there, and Rakan was in base. I think Rakan was spotted basing, and that's why they started the Nash. I think this was the move. The rest of the game. That's all she wrote. Game is done. Adam got caught, contesting the wave. Very, very bad. Terrible.
Functions if this Renekton is a real threat, which he's not in this.
It's like I have to say, why wildcard teams catching up to the West before the West catch up to the East? It's 1 best of 3, mate. To summarize, right? Just to summarize here in the end, it's like the Ezreal doesn't give any agency, right? It's like the Ezreal, it's like these 3 bans that Team Wales did, BDS need to figure out a way to play around these bans. Because they showcased today that they don't have a good answer into Renekton. And when Darius is out, and that's why they are slamming Renekton. And I think when enemy bans one Darius and Renekton is out, and they want to counterpick with Garen and Olaf, then going into 4-5, enemies can actually target ban them. And then you have to ask yourself, Adam, do you want to actually blind pick Olaf or something? It's tough. And then maybe you can find some crazy angles where Adam finds a champ. I believe that he has a strong Aatrox. Maybe he can pick set into Aatrox if that's enemy blind. But the deeper you go, the trickier it gets. And Adam's Renekton is good. Adam's Renekton is good. This game, the second game, he was the only positive force. I don't think Olaf is strong enough to blind, no. I don't think so. And it's like Darius, banning Darius removes, like opens up 4-5 bans more, you know? That's the thing, right? It's important to keep this in mind. In game 2, I think that Adam played well. He solo killed, he managed to kill Syndra on mid. Like, I think he did a good job in game 2. In game 3, I think that BDS collapsed so fucking hard that like he was just trying shit. I wouldn't blame Adam for this. I wouldn't blame Renekton for this. Set versus Aatrox, Aatrox is favored. Yes and no. Like, Set has windows, and I think Set can play that. But I'm just spitballing ideas of where Adam could find an edge. Adam used to be able to play Cannon. He used to be able to play Cannon, you know. And that's it. I don't think they underestimated Wales, no. And then it's like they pick Ezreal. It's like they pick Ezreal and take Kai'Sa. It's like here probably Sivir was the better pick, you know. This is something they could have done. Gragas was pretty terrible. I think that committing so hard on the Sejuani Vi bans, I think this is something they can restructure too, because I think enemy having Sejuani or Vi wouldn't be an issue. It's like, why doesn't BDS leverage the fact that they play Ivern, right? So imagine they had Azir Ivern in such a game, you know? Like, let's say they pick Ivern on 4 and then pick something on 5, or let's say Talia Flex if Shio plays a jungle. You know, there's many options to make the draft better. But I don't know what their thoughts are surrounding AD, but right now they have an issue that Maokai, Orianna, Darius, these 3 bans really seem to have shut them down. Why can't Adam play K'Sante? I think that the games that he did, he didn't play so well. To summarize the series as well, on top of that, I think that there was quite... I think the support gap was pretty big. Like, BA was so fucking impactful, and I think Artemis just was way more dynamic in the way he picked his champs. I think that Adam doesn't deserve any blame for this loss. Like, he barely had teammates today, by the way. He barely had teammates. Barely fucking teammates. He didn't have teammates today. Bro, even game 1, bro. Even game 1, almost he got griefed by Shio. Even in game 1, Shio almost griefed him. Think about that. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's it for the breakdown, guys, for the rundown.